Spirit existed in the Old Testament. Okay, the first reference we have to the Holy Spirit, we go right back to the very beginning of Genesis, and it says the Spirit of God rested over the waters. So we know the Spirit of God was there from the very beginning. It wasn't something God created later. The Spirit of God is eternal. He is there. And so in the Old Testament, we would see time and time again of where people would be filled with the Holy Spirit, but it was always a temporary thing. They were filled with the Spirit of God for a specific task, for a specific time to carry out the will of God. We see many examples of this. Gideon. I love the story of Gideon, right? Judges 6:34 says this. So that the Spirit of the Lord came upon Gideon, and he blew a trumpet, and the Abiezrites were called together to follow him. So the Spirit of God came upon Gideon to win a war against the enemy to deliver Israel. We see a similar thing happening with Jephthah in Judges 11:29. It says, now the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, so when he passed through Gilead and Manasseh, he had passed through Mizpah and Gilead, and from Mizpah of Gilead, he went on to the sons of Ammon. How many remember Samson? Right? The guy with supernatural strength who could tear down pillars, who could, Samson is a guy that when I get to heaven, I want to talk with. I'm just like, the idea that you catch foxes, tie their tails together, and then put a fire torch beside them, and then them let through the fields. Like, what are you thinking? Like, what gets you to that place? But we see in Judges 14, verse 6, the Spirit of the Lord came upon him mightily, so that he tore down and tears a young goat, though he had nothing in his hands. But he did not tell his father what he had done. So the thing to know here is Samson got his power not from bodybuilding, not from strength training, but he got his strength from the Holy Spirit. So Samson had supernatural strength because the Spirit of God gave it to him.